Hello and welcome to another video from Scotter47. This time we have something smaller. This is, I'm presuming you read when you clicked on the video to play it, this is a Bachmann Class 03. It is one of the newer runs they've done, as seen by the packaging, but I'm pretty sure the model's very similar throughout. What can we say about it, about the packaging? Well, it's a Class 03 diesel shunter, number 03045, if that means anything to anyone, and it's in BR Blue. I was hoping to get the weathered version of this, which was pretty much the same price, but of course, as with all these things, it becomes unavailable as soon as I want to buy it. Yes, or either that or I find it really expensive or it's gone up in price, such as an unnamed popular web-based, Liverpudlian-based model shop had it nice and cheaply. The weathered version, that is. Anyway, this one was cheap, £51. Pretty good, eh? So yeah, I haven't actually read. I got this a few weeks ago. I haven't actually, because I've been busy with prelims and the like, so that's why you haven't heard much from me. Anyway, on the back, yes, brief history of the 03, nice. It's a diesel shunter introduced in 1957 and one of BR's most successful smaller 060s. Obviously the 08s were bigger and heavier and could pull more. Nearly 203 of these were built at Swindon and Doncaster Works. Initially, allocation was spread around all regions. Like other shunters of the size, the 03 was built for light duties where a larger locomotive was not needed, especially for shunting at locomotive and carriage depots and as station pilots. Oh, I might as well read you out the second paragraph, eh? The Class 03 locomotives survived to work over lines with limited weight restrictions. The locomotive weighed 30 tonnes as opposed to the 48 tonnes of Class 08s, and I've got to say 08s are hefty beasts. They are. Progressive withdrawal from 1968 onwards, and two examples in the Isle of Wight lasted until 1993, and in 1998 one of the Isle of Wight locos was reinstated into service by West Anglian. Oh yes, the wagon, West Anglian Great Northern company that had the franchise in summer Eastern England for a while. Over 50 of these have been preserved. Excellent, excellent. And apparently, actually, yes, no, there's one still in operation. Horsney Depot. That was the Wagner thing. I just didn't finish reading that sentence for you. As you can tell, I'm quite upbeat at the moment because it's Friday, of course. Yay! Although it probably isn't Friday when you're watching it. So yes, this is yes, it's basically a smaller version of Bachmann's new style packaging, which is very nice. Yes, it's much nicer than the old kind of with a little tray. Well, I don't know if it's more eco-friendly. It probably is with plastic rather than polystyrene, given that you can recycle plastic. But you can't recycle polystyrene, that I know of. And also the fact that, oh, I mean, they both come from Wales, so none of them are very eco-friendly either. Right, I'm talking very quickly. I do apologise for that. So yes, we have this nice little tray thing, where you have your ice block, or ice cube, or iceberg, as I've been calling it. I think I'm the only one on YouTube doing that. Comes out like that, and then you have this nice little protected box thing, which is, it's not thick. Keeps costs down basically. Rather than having a thick board to protect it, you have two layers of thin or cardboard with an air pocket in between. Does the job. Yeah, keeps the costs down for the consumer, and that's what we like. So yes, this model is DCC ready. 6-pin DCC decoder, which I shall show you in a minute. Well, I won't. I'll show you the blanking paint in a minute. But the little decoder is tiny. It's a low end gauge one. Right. Anyway, get your collector's club invitation. Does anyone actually respond to these? I'd be interested to know. No, I think subscription to Model Rail is enough for me. Other Model Railway magazines are available. Obviously, from partiality, I have to say that. Also, if you might notice, I've found a new way of setting up the tripod by extending one leg, and that makes the front two legs more vertical, and then I can have more of a look down position. If you've noticed the change in camera position from my other reviews. Right, now here we have it. This is quite useful actually for ordering spare parts. You have a list of a diagram of all the parts, albeit the body parts. You don't show you the body parts, but all the mechanical parts, such as the chassis, the wheels, the underframe detail, the NEM sockets, the motor, and the circuit boards, and then it tells you down here what they're each called, so if you need to order one from the Bachmann spares department. Here we go. Thank you for your choice of the Bachmann branch line BR03060 diesel locomotive, and of course it is Bachmann branch line. It's the British spin-off. Oh no, yes, the Bachmann US, because Bachmann is a US company, bought Bachmann branch line. I think I may be making the whole thing up. Right. Anyway, running in. Yep, very important. Although it seems quite excessive. Oh, an hour in each direction. But then again, these things, if you're shunting with them, which I presume you will be doing, although they do look quite cool if they're pulling a passenger locomotive. I'm totally unprototypical, but pretty cool if they're pulling a wee passenger rake around. Although I did see a picture of these. One of these like shunters pulling a rake of coal hoppers, I think it was from the 60s or late 50s, along this viaduct in the sun setting in East Lothian, and it was an amazing picture. I don't know, I probably won't be able to find it for this video, but it was really cool. So yes, these, as I say, there's a prototype for everything. Sorry, as Chris Lee, former editor of Model Rail, said, there's a prototype for everything. So it gives you an idea of what the curves are that it should run on. It tells you how to move the body, how to fit the DCC decoder, lubrication, yep, thing that's often overlooked. Adding the other details and replacements. And that's the boring bit out of the way. Oh no, here we go. Here we have the proper boring bit. This is the properly boring bit. This is your guarantee and how to care for your... Actually, how to care for your locomotive is pretty important. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. If you buy this, then you can read that yourself. Right? I think one of the reasons I'm talking quickly is because my last review was about 20 minutes, and I know myself from personal experience. Long videos are a tad off-putting, so I'm going to try and concise them down a bit. So let's have a look at the actual loco. So it's in the iceberg, or I just like the iceberg. The icebergs are cool. Yes, so this is your sleeve. That's not important. Right, here we go. On top we have some detailing. Now here, this is the blanking plate, okay? Because the actual decoder's in the locomotive. This is a 6-pin blanking plate. Blanking plate, I can't say that, can I? Blanking plate. Now I assure you that the decoder was pretty much exactly the same size. Now let's compare this to your standard decoder. This is a Bachmann 8-pin decoder. And just like that, look at that, look at the size of it. Compare. I mean, yes, this is a blanking plate, but the decoder was about this size, if not only bigger. Like, that's amazing, isn't it? Just, and it was only this. It was the same price as this. This was the same price as, well, the DCC decoder version of this. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Yes, this is for another project. That will be coming up. Yes, I shall show you soon. The other bit of detail you get is these things. These are so that to basically replace from where the couplings are, so that you can just have a flush yellow side as is prototypical. So as per usual on these things, this flips up, this flips down, and you get access to the locomotive. Oh, she's cool. I love the 03s. Sorry, I love the 03s. They're really nice. And this is Bachmann just done it. So proud. I used to have one of these actually. I used to have an earlier Bachmann model of it, but sadly it just died on me. Probably something to do with me running at full speed round the layout, as you do when you're a kid. But yes, this is going to be taken well care of. The handrails. The handrails. It's one of the first things you notice when observing it. They're all so much separately applied detail, like handrails on the steps to the front, or like the footplates where shunters can stand. By shunters I mean the people who wave the trains and give the hand signals to the drivers of these can stand. There's handrails along there, because of course there's a lot of circuitry that can be detached in amongst there. Got handrails at the back, handrails there, handrails all the way around. Oh, it's just so cool. I love the wee funnels as well. That's really nice. Now the moulded parts are very detailed as well. You've got rivets, you've got the vents for the engine compartment. What else do we have? We have the wheels, and you also have one of the you also have one of the weights things that we shall see in action later. The horn up here, sprung buffers as well, albeit they're plastic, but hey, as long as they look real. You've got the coupling hooks, and you have vacuum pipes, which is pretty cool. You've got the lovely chevrons there. You've got your black and your wasp stripe warning things. You also, if we look closely, have, of course the camera won't decide to focus because this hates things. This camera hates videoing everything that isn't standing still and far away. Yep, you have like the lights. Now sadly the lights are molded. They don't actually work. The only light that works is a cab light. I mean, well, fair enough, it's nice to have a light on it, but it would have been so amazing to have lights on the front and back. That would have been insane, because you have your lights up there and along there. But sadly, it's not to be. That's my really only complaint about it. The cab's big, it's nice and chunky, you've got a driver in there. It's always nice to have a driver in the cab, isn't it? It look a bit silly without drivers in them. So yeah, you have your BR logo 03048, the number printed nicely in decals. I'm not sure how they print them, but they look really nice. Yeah, and you have your detail plate. Sadly, the cab doors don't open, because that would have been unlike the Hornby 08s, which would have been amazing. If the cab doors open, you could have had a shunter or a driver hanging his head out, or if the windows opened and you had the driver hanging his head out, that would have been amazing. But hey ho, you could probably maybe best not touch the windows. I'll probably break them for the worse. You have a nice grille. Now this grille is actually a part. It's not just painted on, which is very nice. Now, the proof of the pudding, to change the expression of these little locos, is how they run, because they have 3 wheels, and those 3 wheels need to pick up the power, and then they also need to drive the loco. So, shall we go upstairs and see how they manage it? So here we are up in the loft, and here we have our 03. Now, yes, I am. I have the camera mounted on an old Hornby wagon there. I don't know if that'll look good or not. Well, I'll see in the edit, and you can judge yourself. Let's turn on our lights. Function 1. Oh, here we go. Right, that's fine. There we go. The Dynamis wasn't pointing at the Dynamis controller. There we go. As you can see, she has cab lighting, and you can see the driver. So it's quite cool. As I said, she's DCC fitted. There's a wee N-gauge, 6-pin decoder socket that fits an N-gauge type decoder, because there's not a lot of space in there, because most of it is taken up by a motor, which I can only presume is an excellent thing. So let's run her, shall we? Let's just move her off. Oh, she's designed to run this direction. Here we go. We have the first problem. As I was saying earlier, this is going to be the real test. Can she survive on the track, especially in points? But I think this is mostly due to the fact that the track on Deanburn Junction has to be some of the dirtiest in the world. So I'll just give her a wee push, and it could be because she's on quite a low power setting. There she goes, running quite nicely, very smooth. Houston, we have a problem. Yes, she's stalled. Really annoyingly, in the bit that's not really accessible. But I'm sure that's just down to dirty track, especially I can imagine the track in there is pretty dirty. I don't think that was new track when I laid it either. I think that was recycled track from my first layout. So yes, and I think this is more a thing about layout design than anything else. Make sure that your layout, each part of the track on your layout is accessible. Or make sure it's really reliable. Neither of which this is. Okay, so I'm just going to bring her in here and connect her up to these two petrol wagons, kerosene wagons. What are they? What type are they? Let's have a look. They are TTA tank wagons. These are aviation fuel ones that were exclusive to Harman Hobbies. Now, one thing I will say about this loco is that, especially when you're using DCC, you really do become reliant on. I've been pronouncing my words strangely today. I do apologise. It's been a long week. You really do come to rely on the directional lighting to tell which direction the train's going to come in. So that means that with this, you can have to guess, or work it out from your controller. But that would be sensible. So I kind of resort to guessing. Right. So let's move her right. No problem whatsoever. Good. I'd hope there wouldn't be any problems with just two light wagons. She runs really smoothly, doesn't she? So Bachmann has done a really good job with like reliability on this model. She really runs nicely and looks really good. Just need to get her weathered, eh? Definitely need to get her weathered. So let's get her to ditch these two light wagons and let's try her on some carriages. I know this is the review of the 03, but I have just moved the HST. Oh, and the lights are on. Oh, it looks so good with the lights on. Yes, the HST is now fitted with a decoder in each car. Oh, the lights have just gone off. It's because the Bachmann Dynamis was out of range. That's a safety feature of the Bachmann Dynamis. If your controller is like not connected with the command station for, I can't remember, I don't know what time it is, cuts all trains. It initiates an all stop. It sends an all stop command out to all decoders on the track. It's a good safety feature because like your controller might have stopped working, and trains are about to crash or something like that. Anyway, it's a good feature. Yes, but anyway, the HST lights look cool. Right, so we are gonna look at this 03. Okay, so let's connect her up to the Reiko Mark IIs. Right, so in case you haven't seen my Reiko Mark IIs before, it consists of 3 TSOs and 1 brake, 2 of which are in BR livery and 2 of which are in the Model Railway exclusive Regional Railways livery. Excellent, eh? Now let's see how she pulls on this. Obviously it would help if I wouldn't drop the Dynamis, but you know, each to their own. No problem. Not a single problem. Oh, she's spinning, but I think that's because her coach is caught on the platform. There we go. Oh, she's starting a bit over some points. That'll be dirty track. Dirty track. Oh, okay. This ain't good, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just dirty track. So, let's move these carriages to the loop. So, you wouldn't be able to tell that these were just being pushed by a little 060 shunter, would you? Nope. She manages fairly. Which is good, you'd hope she would, given that she was designed for, she was used as a station pilot in many stations. Okay, so now the real challenge, which is taking the heritage rake from platform 5 into platform 3, which means negotiating these deadly points over here. So let's send her off on her way. Now I will use this point moment to demonstrate very low speed running. So this is her on the first notch of 126. And if you don't know what that means like that. And that is so smooth. That is just incredible, isn't it? Dynamics is complaining that it's low on battery, which is not true. That's at 5 out of 126. So the shunting scenario for this is that there's a rail tear to be departing from platform 4, and therefore the heritage stock needs to be moved. Platform 3 needs to be moved out of platform 5. So here she comes. Oh, she's managed the crossover very well actually, and she's now struggling a bit. Now I wonder if this is to do with dirty track, or just I have terrible connections in this bit. I'll give the track a wipe and then come back to you. Okay, so here we go. Let's start our away. Okay, so I haven't cleaned the track very well. This could be a bit of a problem. Come on. She's not wanting to go. I did give the track a good clean with the track rubber. Let's see if that helps. There's not much of a test of her running ability if it's just me pushing her all the way. Come on. She ran up here fine. Just being... Yes, this isn't very good at all, is it? I apologise that I've been mumbling. I think I've been mumbling for the past minute or so. It's because I've been thinking out loud. Right, here we go. Now, this bit of track is clean, I know that much. Oh, for goodness sake. Come on, rubbish! Move, you stupid thing. Aha, we're wondering. What on earth is she doing? Refusing to run? That's ridiculous. What on earth is wrong with her? And no, it's not. And she can pull these rakes because I've had her pulling it before. Like there. She's pulling them fine. And she's managing to pull them over these tricky points. Okay, no, she's not at the moment. Let's give her more power. Okay, now she's stuck. I'll relieve her of her pain. Right, let's see. Not the HST. Let's see if we can get this going a wee bit. I'll just give her a wee push. Give her a bit of power. Oh, that's too much power. Oh, she's running on the rails. That's bad. That's bad. Come on, give her a push. There we go. She's going now. No, she's struggling. Come on, struggle through. Struggle through. I apologise for the lamp light in the way. As you can tell, professionally filmed all the way. She kind of struggled with that a bit, didn't she? Let's back her up into platform. Sorry for that really unrealistic acceleration there. I'm getting a bit bored of filming. Anyway. As you can tell, because my filming is getting really shoddy. And I did start out this review getting all excited and yay and all for this, but now I'm a bit bored. Oh, and she keeps cutting out. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, anyway. The rail tier stock has, with the aid of me, the hand of God, has managed to make it into platform 4. So yeah. So although she's reliable most of the time, across these kind of little point work bits, not so much. Just that point she hates. I bet you have to have super clean track or something like that. Well, that's never going to happen on this slate, is it? So, what do we think of the Bachmann 03? Very detailed, very good price, good runner as long as it's not over old Hornby points. Yeah, so much for having a short review there. That's been a very long one. Do apologise. If I ever get around to it, the next video will be a running session here at Deanburn showing off all our locals. Our locals? What do I mean our locals? My locals. Yes. But you do get a bit tedious of filming trains, because when you're filming them you have to go past many times so you can get different shots. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review and find it informative, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.